Okay, hey guys, this is Keiko. I know a lot of you think it's Kaiko, but it's Keiko. Um, this is gonna be like my first video tutorial, so, don't quite exactly know how to work it. The first thing I'm gonna actually show you is, how to do, I guess you say line art, but it's more or less getting your strokes down. So when I line art, what I did was actually bought, let me write it out. Shoot, too big. I bought Aunt Tuz brush pack. Pretty much, and that's like $5 to Anta. Pretty much you could just go into like Google and search up Psy brushes, and you can find a bunch of them to download into your folder. You gotta do it the right way though, otherwise you could lose all your brushes in the process. So back them up. When you get Psy, you don't come with, it just doesn't come with all of this. A lot of this is Anta's brushes. Some of these, however, are Anta, as you see. But at the same time, I've got other stuff in there as well. I've done a lot of searching through Google and found plenty of brushes and textures. Just a whole lot of fun. Let's see. Even up here. Oh, you can't see up here. I don't. Never mind. You can't see over there. Okay. So Anta's brush pack. Huge deal. You can play with the brush settings to easier adjust to. I played with the inker tool here and there, trying to figure it out and everything. Let's see. Now, right up here, you see stabilizer. It's very important. It's called the cheat mode way, of inking and everything. But if you use like a 4 or something, you have a lot of control in it yourself. It just does whatever. If you go down to where it's soft, do like soft 3, your strokes are more precise. You're not going to make, if you go really fast, you're not going to get like a perfect circle or anything, because it just won't work. So go to like 10 or something. You have more control over it. So you use the 3 for nice controlled lines, and you pretty much get the the good effect of minimize and enlargers. So actually, with the minimize thing, you see over here it says minimal size. A lot of people don't know if that's at 100%. You're not gonna. It's gonna seem like you have no pressure sensitivity. You have like your density that goes out and everything, and it fades. But if you go to like this, it goes a little bit smaller. But I usually keep mine either at 0 or like 2%. And what that does is creates a nice thin line. You can go into thick. Very important little steps. So I'm gonna open up something and give you an example. So let's see here. Just find some random sketch that I'm It's not a commission. Actually, I need to work on this anyway, so it'll work perfect. Okay. So yeah, you have to have your basic sketch. It could be messy, it could be clean, it doesn't matter. Change your opacity to, well, merge your layers first. Makes things a little easier. So after you merge your layers, change your opacity and make it a little bit barely visible. Now you can start inking wherever you want. I normally start on the eyes, because that's where a lot of the emotion's at. You can ink in colors too, but it's actually a lot easier to ink in black. So test your lines first. See, I'm on the wrong layer. Test your lines and make sure they're about the thickness that you want. They're about 16 here. Zoom in. And when you're inking, this is what a friend told me. When you ink, you actually don't want to use just your wrist. You want to use your entire arm. It makes the process a lot easier, and it's a lot more fluent. Got a good flow going on. But as you can see, it's just little strokes. And I do a lot of erasing. That's really common, erasing. There's nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing wrong with using layers too. Layers are fun. So I'm actually going to ink the eyes, and then I'm going to show you how to color the eyes. How I color them anyway. Some people can draw easier one way than the other. So Sai has this nifty thing where you just reverse it. And just ink it this way again. Because I'm right-handed, I have a lot more control with going to the right in my strokes. So I have more control over it this way. And come on, there we are. A whole lot more control than if I was trying to do it the other way. It wouldn't come out as nice at all. That was terrible. You want to try to do it in nice, long, fluent strokes, because if you do too many little ones, it starts looking really choppy. So I put that back, fix that up. Basically, you have eyes. I have to fix that. It's bothering me. Shoot. Try again. There we go. Okay. So there you have some eyes. You add in where your eyelid would be, and throw in some eyebrows for, I don't know, fun stuff. Now, I don't know what eye color her thing is just yet, and I don't want to open up anything that's not safe for work in the tutorial. So I'm just going to choose a random color at this point. So start a new layer, put it underneath your line art. Get rid of that, and you have, see, nice pretty eyes, yay. Okay, we'll make them blue for this instance. Now, your eye color might actually be something like this. Nice light blue. But in line art, and don't forget to change it back to something simple, like I do 13. So this is her eye color, we'll say. To get the effect that I do, you want to use a darker color, much darker. So let's put it up next to it. Those two seem to look good together. So color in the eye. The selection tool is a lot easier to use, but I don't want to depend on it as much. I want to learn eventually how to pretty much paint without selection tools and all that jazz. So if I don't use it, it gives me a better freelance feel. Okay, so now we got the eyes. There we are. Yay, eyes. Okay. What you want to do is, you can't see my layers in the recording. That sucks. Well, it's okay. It will be no problem anyway. Just listen, and you should be able to find everything over on the dock. So what you want to do is create another layer, and with this particular layer you're going to go to where it says mode above opacity. You're going to go to luminosity, you know, like illuminate pretty much. Zoom in a bit. Now if you just use a regular, you know, it's not gonna work. Go down to your brushes. If you have Anta's brushes, it'll also work for the regular watercolor tool. I tweak this one a little bit, and you're gonna use a watercolor brush. I use water soft. The settings are, you know, I didn't specify any of these, but you can set them to where you want each time you hit the brush. So what you want to do is start at the bottom and lightly stroke over and up. As you see, it's getting lighter. And then keep getting lighter and keep getting lighter until you get to that color that you wanted. And the colors will blend together, so you have to stroke certain ways. Just keep lighter and lighter and lighter. Alright, so then I make it a little smaller, and I choose this color that I wanted it to be in the beginning anyway. And I stroke some more. And it's starting to look a little shiny, isn't it? So, oops. Be careful with that. I don't like when that happens. So, blend these all together. Blend it up. You just want short strokes. You don't need anything super long. And you don't want to constantly press down to do this. To get the flowy feel, you're going to want little strokes. Oh, there we go. Now it's starting to get brighter. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that one. I don't need to do both of them, but I'll show you the next step. Get your eraser tool. For this one, I have 3 eraser tools. I have the soft eraser, the medium eraser, and the hard eraser. I use the hard eraser. I'll make it very kind of big, and I erase it to be a certain size. That's not what I wanted. I want about, no, about, it's not working. Do this one. That'll work. Okay. The next thing that you want to do is go to your layers again. Create a new one. Keep it above your luminosity layer. Go back to mode. Up at the top above the opacity again. And click on multiply. So you're going to scroll down to watercolor again. Make it kind of big. Start in the center. And what it's going to do... Oh, I'm on the wrong color. Got to use a dark color. It's going to get darker. And it gives it that feel. Make it a little smaller. And do it again. And do it again. And you're starting to see the depth in the eye. Sound country right there. I can't help it. I'm southern. Okay. You want to drag your dart over, but be subtle if you can. And try to mix them together. Make it look like it all flows. Take a lot of practice to get it right. It took me a little bit. Okay, so when you zoom out, you got this shiny luminescent eye. You can also put a pupil in there. There's no problem with that. Okay. The next thing you do, you can either create a new layer or you can put it on your line art layer. I usually put it on my line art layer because I get crazy with that when I have way too many layers. So, you want to have white for your color. You can use any brush to do this. And you want to create your sheen and your shine. It doesn't have to be the exact way that I do it. You can create the eyes whenever you want. This is just how I do mine. There's no particular way. Okay. I'll make it a little smaller. And I use short strokes. Very skinny lines. Create the shiny effect that you see. You can actually see this type of effect in your own eyes in the mirror. Alright, so there you have that. See what it looks like compared to the other one? It's better than just doing, you know, like, oh shoot, that and having an eye. So, to give the eye a little bit more depth, create another layer, put it underneath a line art layer. Pick like a gray, but nothing too dark. Use your fill and create a shadow. You can blur the line if you want. That's all on preference. There we are. Nice eye. If you guys like these little tutorials, or if they're not informative enough, I probably need to use full desktop, you know, like full screen, because it's just a little off. And you can't see except my canvas. So I'll probably try to do screen next time. But that's kind of the basics of how my tutorials probably go. I hope I was friendly enough. If you have questions, I'll happily answer them in the next recordings. if you have something that you really want to see, you know, I don't mind you asking me and everything. I'll try to do it. But I hope it. So I guess that's it really for eyes. And a little bit of line art. I'll probably get more into line art later. But for now, this will be the first one that I made. And I hope that you guys can learn from it. But, do know you can experiment and everything. It's fun. So, with that being said, I'm out. Till the next one.